Come and take a
Yeah. Thank you for taking a ride on the Freedom Train podcast series. I'm your host, Joseph Ward. And as always, ride with me is my good homie, Mr. Patrick Irvin. Remember, the Freedom Train is brought to you by PAX Inc. That's PACTSINC. And PAX Inc. is a black development organization aimed at developing the black community to its maximum potential through a focus on education and economics with a trace of hard work, honesty, and integrity. For more information, make sure you visit www.pactsinc.org. While you're online, make sure you visit our Freedom Train website at www.freedomtrainradio.com. We have a new show now. It's the Enigma Sep Hour, and it is streaming live every Friday at 10:30 p.m. right here on the Freedom Train Network. All you got to do is click on tab that says the Enigma Sep Hour, as well as the Enigma Sep Hour YouTube channel. So make sure you tune in every Friday at 10:30 for the live viewing, showing, playing all that of the Enigma Sep Hour, where he goes in. It's a hip-hop show. We got hip-hop on the network, where he going in, he's an MC, and giving his take on hip-hop, news, all those things that surround the hip-hop top 10 favorite artists, all those things, the regular debates. You know, you can call in to the Enigma Sep Hour. You know, the number is 720-820-1343. Call in and chat with Enigma September. So that's how I go down. Pat.
What up?
Freestyle real quick. Go ahead. Since we got the Enigma Sep Hour, go ahead. What's the freestyle? Go ahead. Do that when you did. There you go. Do that when you did at Thanksgiving. Do that.
It was a freestyle. I can't remember it.
Oh. I thought it just mean you didn't have to pay for it, but it's all good. Hey man, so tell them about the app, man. Are you on? Go ahead, Tell them about the app.
Oh yeah. We do have the app. It's on the Google Play Store for Android, and it's already been updated to include the Enigma Sep Hour. You know, and the app is basically your one-stop shop. You know, everything you want, all of the Freedom Train content right to your phone. You know, all 7 shows, as well as regular updates for anything else that might be going on in the Freedom Train world. It's all right there. So if you're a fan of the network, even if you're not a fan or you're just curious and you want to check it out later, you know, what better way to remind yourself to check it out later than download a tiny app right to your phone that's going to give you a reminder whenever new content is created. So definitely check the app out in the Freedom Place or in the Google Play Store. We're working on something for iPhone, but we ain't got y'all yet. But if you got an Android, again, it's a really, really tiny app. It's like 14 megabytes. But
it's so powerful.
You got all of the content right there at your fingertips. So the app,
so
you know,
powerful.
Google Play. Go to the Google Play Store, type in Freedom Train or Freedom Train Radio, you know, and you'll recognize the app when you see it. It has our trademark choo-choo train over it. So, yeah, go check that out.
Mama. I just want to do the ad-libs while you talk like amigos, but there it is. Hey, but y'all also know social media on Twitter, Freedom Train Net. Instagram, Freedom Train Network, YouTube, Freedom Train Network, Facebook, Freedom Train Network, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Freedom Train Network. What's the Radio Republic as well? That's the new one, correct?
Yeah, you can get us on Radio Republic. They're a brand new company, actually, that was started specifically to create income for podcasters that want to do it professionally. So, you know, we are a professional podcasting network, so obviously we have a profile there, and all of our shows can be found there as well. And there, even more so than everywhere else, we want you to come to our site and go through our channels. But, of course,
straight up,
if you have to go through, if you want to go through another network or another directory because you know they have more than just pro-black shows and more than just our shows. Radio Republica, we get I'll go ahead and tell you, we get 2 cents for every listener we get. So,
right. And you
know,
donate. Good cause.
right. The more money we get, the more expansive we can make the network, the better the sound quality gets, the more we can do in terms of being able to help people out in the community. You know, everything ties in. So obviously, of course, though, we want you listening to us on our website.
Yeah, www.freedomtrainradio.com, where it go down.
Our app.
Yeah. So Freedom Train Radio app. So we actually, oh yeah, and August, as you know, every August is our Mental Health Awareness Month, and this August we are continuing the trend. So the next time you hear us, next Wednesday, we will be in our mental health awareness mode, and we have an interview, a good interview. So that will be August 8th that you'll hear us. So we have a great interview with Dr. Jackson Lohman. So she has a long career in working in black psychology. So we're going to get that black psychology angle with that. So that's going to be the interview that kick off our shows, as far as our shows being dedicated to mental health awareness. But we'll also have a lot of information that we're putting out throughout the month dedicated toward mental health awareness within the black community, to make sure that we are taking our mental health more serious and, you know, take care of ourselves. Like you say, mental health care is self-care, it's self-love. So we got to make sure we do that. So make sure y'all stay tuned. www.freedomtrainradio.com. Ain't that right, Pat?
Power to the people.
Power to the people.
Wrong spot.
Yeah, I know. It's all good, man. You read. I mean, you know, you read it, but you just backwards, but you read it.
What we got today for the social discussion? Go ahead, lead us into it.
And so we want to talk about things that happened within the last week that we found interesting. We want to be able to talk about and see how it relates to our community, and basically all of it does, especially implications and things. So we know R. Kelly, Patrick's favorite R&B singer. You know, mine, Bobby Brown. I talk about Bobby Brown all the time. My dog got a movie coming out too on BET, so shout out to Bobby Brown. But R. Kelly put out a song called I Admit. That's a 19-minute song. And I guess he figured that if he put the song out, we'd start asking him if he liked little girls, little teenage girls. But nope, we won't. So we're going to talk about that. Also, we're going to talk about Charlamagne Tha God, the radio host of The Breakfast Club and The Brilliant Idiots, and his sexual assault allegations, but more of fuckboyness. You know, Charlamagne is officially a member of the National Football Association of America. So we're going to talk about that. We'll get into this Oakland stabbing death with Nia Wilson. Talk about the white dude and just, you know, the open killing of black people that's been happening lately. And, you know, black people, we got to get real about what's going on. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to go more into that. The massive grave in Texas found that's connected to the convict leasing program was over like 95 bodies, I think, was found in a mass grave that they found in Texas. So we're going to use some information about that. And the white boy Brock Turner, he's getting a sexual assault appeal. His lawyer said he intended outer course, not intercourse, on a drunk girl who passed out. So we're going to cuss them crackers out. Yeah.
What
so you ready, Pat?
What the hell is outer course?
Hey, that's why we're going to, hey, right. That's what it says. It literally says, he intended outer course, not intercourse. My white boy voice. So.
Huh.
Yeah, they need bad. But we're going to start off with Kelly. So you know what I was thinking the other day?
What's that?
That Bump and Grind song when he was like, my mind telling me no, but my body my body's telling me, yeah, hey, right when he said that. So my brain calculated he was in the room with a 13-year-old, right? This what my brain calculated. He was in the room with a 13-year-old, and he was trying to take advantage of her. He wanted to. His mind was telling him no, but his body was telling him yes. And he was like, he don't want to hurt nobody, but it's something that he must confess. But he never really confessed fully until now. Does that make sense? Or is it just my craziness?
Actually, that do make a certain kind of weed and does high sense. You know? It does.
On some level. It's funny, too.
A little bit of sense. You know, if you get real high and tilt your head sideways and take a swig of some striker.
Right. Yeah. Well, I guess that's how you come up with out of course instead of in the course stuff too, right?
That's true. That's true. R. Kelly is a nasty, sick man. Look, man, I'm so sick and tired of people trying to defend Buddy. If you like his music, fine. I'm not telling nobody not to like R. Kelly's music. I'm really not. But don't defend the sexual predator. Don't be like only God can judge me, because that's some bullshit too. We all know that there was a lot of judging going on in the Bible. Human to human judging, not God to human judging.
Yeah. People stop with that dumbass shit to my don't judge. Man, motherfuckers, bitch, I told y'all before, you can have a career as a fucking judge. So stop with that. You can't judge. People get judged all the time. Like, go ahead, goddammit. I'm sorry, I hit it.
And nowhere in the Bible does it say not to judge. Like, actually, in the scripture that people like to use doesn't say don't judge. It says make sure that you've cleared your own issues so that you can see clearly enough to help me clear mine. That's not saying don't judge. Get the plank out of your eye so that you can see clearly to remove the plank from mine. That's saying judge me. Just make sure that you're in a position to where you can help me get out of my situation. So that's, and there are other scriptures in there as well, but they all center around don't judge someone's intent. But nowhere does it say I can't judge your actions. There's a whole book of judges. Like you said, there's a whole career path, and there was back then the judges. Hell, Solomon was like, I'm going to cut this baby in half to see who get the baby and who don't. That was a judgment call. And then he decided the woman who didn't want the baby cut in half, she got the baby. That's judgment. You can be judged by people. It is ordained by every religion. Otherwise, we live in a chaotic society where people can just run around and do whatever the hell they want. R. Kelly is a sexual predator. You don't have to believe none of the other stories. You can't deny the fucking tape.
Man, R. Kelly married Aaliyah when she was 15. Do we forget about that?
I think we don't even know about that. I mean, I know those of us that are older do. Well, no, I can't even say that.
But it's like if you didn't know R. Kelly, well, he was about 30.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely in his 20s somewhere.
He was in the late 20s, early 30s when he married Aaliyah. She was 15 years old. I was in the 5th grade. I was mad, and I remember because my teacher looked at me and like, boy, shut up, boy. You ain't had no chance with that damn girl anyway. My teacher told me that. I had to laugh. I was figuring out mad, but I had to laugh. But it was funny. But he married Aaliyah. She was 15. And the excuse people make is, well, his parents the one gave him to her. All right, so it's like, so if I give you a heroin needle, that means you have to put it in your arm? If I give you a pile of syphilis, do you have to put your face in it? Like, come on, man. Like, just because parents offer up their child to him or their children to him, don't mean you have to do it. Like, they both was, it was a mutual agreement. They were helping each other. They both sick. The parents sick, and R. Kelly is sick fuck. And he can't read. And I guess he feel like if he tell us he can't spell, he can't read, we're supposed to feel sorry for him.
Hey, man, you ain't got to know how to read to know that messing around with underage girls is illegal and nasty. Like you ain't like we not in the goddamn 1800s no more where you can start fucking on a chick when she 15 years old. Like we not there no more. You know what I'm saying? Like times have moved on. You know, so like I'm not, and to me, I'm disgusted with R. Kelly, yeah, but I'm even more disgusted with the millions and millions of people that enable his ass by sitting there okaying the shit simply because they like his fucking music. Like at this point, you know, you ask the question, so what happens if R. Kelly fucks with your daughter or your niece or somebody you knew? What happens then? Like, do you still like his music enough to be like, you know, well, girl, shut up. I'm going to keep bumping R. Kelly anyway.
Well, see, that's different because they love that person, so that's different. So it can't, you know, R. Kelly messing with them is different. And like, if it's somebody I don't give a shit about, then, you know, I'm going to keep supporting him. But if it's somebody I care about, then, you know, these are these people.
Go ahead.
But, you know, that's how people are taking it. It's like, and we know how society is built, though. If you don't care about that person, then it doesn't really matter until it affects you personally. But it's but like the third angle to that is not only just the people who still supporting him, it's the people who offered their children up to him. Yeah, she might be 18, 19, she might be 17, she might be 16, but you put her in that position. You knew better what was going on, but you wanted your compensation on the other end. I guess Kelly, like I said, tell us he can't read, tell us he can't spell, tell us he had sex with his friend's wife, he tell us he ain't got no money, and he had all his publishing and all this. I guess, you know, all this stuff. Man, we don't care about that. That ain't got nothing to do with you being a sexual predator. Right. Might give a shit about that.
Right.
You need your ass whooped.
He does on multiple occasions. I just don't. And again, I know how to make the distinction and compartmentalize. If you really like somebody, what they've done, like there's a duality to everybody. Everybody has a good and a bad.
Right.
And you can acknowledge both. Like I can acknowledge what R. Kelly has done for music while at the same time acknowledging that R. Kelly is a sexual predator. And I don't understand why that's such a difficult concept. I can also acknowledge that in acknowledging that R. Kelly is a sexual predator, my continuing to support R. Kelly encourages and influences and enables his predation. So I got to understand that component as well. And so as much as I might love R. Kelly, I'm not saying you can't listen to no more R. Kelly songs. If you already bought a CD and you want to bump it, bump it. But understand that if you buy a new CD or if you spend $20, $30, $40, $50 on an R. Kelly show ticket to go see him live, you're supporting rape culture.
Yeah, R. Kelly shouldn't come to your town and have people show up at his show. Like, he admitted in this damn song, he admitted everything but what he was supposed to admit.
Well, he admitted that. He just did it flicked it. He was like, so I love these women, both young and old. I think that's when he said that on one part. And then I know in another part, he said something like, I love these girls and they young girls. So what, that made me a pedophile, you know, to which we both laughed. Because, you know, it's like, yeah, actually, that's exactly what makes you a pedophile. You loving on young girls.
But don't judge me, though.
Yeah.
No, they always say that. Don't judge me, though.
You notice people only say that when they do some fucked up shit.
Yeah,
when they do some good shit, they want all the positive praise. And people don't even equate. Somebody giving you praise is still judgment.
Yeah.
Like that's still like they're just giving you positive judgment, positive feedback.
I like
but
that.
It's still judgment. Somebody like saying to you, man, you did that thing. Girl, you wearing the shit out of that dress off. Oh, you look so pretty. Those are all judgments.
It is positive.
But that's okay. But the moment somebody say, you fucked up, you can't judge me. All right. Well, I'm going to remember that when you do something good.
Man, look, man, we need we need to stop that bullshit. Get off the bullshit. Like it's not cool to support rape culture. It's not cool to make excuses just because these are things that you yourself enjoy. Like that's not like you're not being a competent, responsible adult. Like you basically being one of the people who don't give a shit about nothing outside of your personal bubble. And that doesn't make you a good person. That makes you a selfish ass person who, like he said, contributes to rape culture. You can't be a person who is against rape culture until it conflicts with something that you love. Now you full of shit. And you got to be called out for that. Like R. Kelly, like nobody should be contributing any dollars, anything financially to his ass. No, not now. It needs to be fixed, and his ass ain't fixed. Yeah, from this long ass song, we found out that he fucked up. But we already knew that. We just know a little more why he fucked up. But that still don't excuse his behavior. Still don't excuse his behavior. If it was a crackhead, you ever notice how crackheads don't get no love? Like if you're a crackhead, man, people will throw your ass away. But if you're a pedophile and you can make good music, oh man, people will make excuses for you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Why is domestic and sexual violence like two of the crimes that people make the most excuses for the perpetrators? That's that bullshit. Like, I don't know. You tell me, Patrick, why they do that shit, man?
I think because those are very personal crimes, and they're very what's the word I'm looking for? They're very close crimes, very like not vulnerable, but like they're very intimate crimes. And intimate crimes oftentimes seem to be the hardest ones for people to accept because they hit so close to home. Usually they involve some sort of violation by somebody that you have emotional confidence in, somebody that you trust. And nobody wants to acknowledge that somebody close to somebody else could do something bad, because then they would have to also acknowledge that somebody close to them could do something bad. And with singers and celebrities, we get into this interesting area where people are so emotionally tied to these celebrities that even though they never met the celebrity before in their life, they feel like that person is a part of who they are. Like for a lot of these R. Kelly fans, being an R. Kelly fan is an identity for them. Like it's not their only identity, but it is an identity. And it's the same thing, we look at the Bayhive, whatever. For them, being a Beyonce fan is an identity. It's a part of who they a part of who they are, a group that they identify themselves with. And when you get into that space of fanaticism, you become very sensitive about what goes on around that person because you're emotionally tied to them. And, I just think the whole system is the way our emotions are set up, the way our psychology is set up. The more you get to understand human nature and behavior, the more you realize that our society is not set up in a way that would be beneficial and conducive towards us growing as emotionally stable people. We push celebrity status and fanaticism on the people because it turns a profit, not really thinking about the deteriorative effect it has on society as a whole and on cultures as a whole. Like, it's a whole other gray area. I know, and we could talk about this R. Kelly shit and people being fucked up and sexual domestic violence all day, but I know we got other topics on the agenda.
Yeah. No, but I mean, yeah, and we do, but it's like with the celebrity worship and all this stuff, that it's come on, especially the adults, grow up, man. Come on, man. Y'all know damn well your love for celebrity ain't gonna make no goddamn difference in your life. Like,
I do want to address one thing though, and that's the fact that everybody keeps saying it don't affect me or it don't affect you. And like, these are the moments where I'm like, we gotta expand our thinking a little bit, especially when it comes to celebrities. First off, everything that happens affects you directly or indirectly. We live in a connected society and we are a social people. That means that no matter what happens and no matter where it happens, if you trickle it down long enough, it affects you some kind of way. Kid in Chicago. Well, I don't want to use Chicago. A kid in Wisconsin. That's better. Does something crazy to another kid. That kid moves to another city, raises a kid, but he's so fucked up from what happened that he raises a fucked up kid. That kid grows up and moves to a city and bumps into, say, your kid. They get in a relationship, and now he's beating the fuck or she's beating the fuck out of your kid. And you're like, why the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Now you're asking all these questions, but it all started from a kid in Wisconsin, goddamn 60, 70 years ago, that ain't have nothing to do with you or your family. Shit is related. Shit affects other things. This R. Kelly situation enabling sexual predators like that. Some kid looks up to R. Kelly and has some sort of nasty inclination towards pedophilia and sees R. Kelly getting covered. He does his thing. He develops the same type of emotional fan base that R. Kelly has, and now he does he has some sort of harem or some sort of sex den filled with minors that your child ends up in. You know what I'm saying? First thing you would say to yourself, you ain't no motherfucking R. Kelly. Meanwhile, 10 years ago, which would be this time, you bought an R. Kelly ticket and was defending R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit is related, and I'm not wishing that on anybody. I'm just saying things do affect you just because they aren't currently affecting you. And then we're black people. So anything that one black person does, unfortunately, affects every black person in America. And that's something else we've got to accept. We don't have to like it. Nobody likes it. But it's true. It affects all of us. A black person robbing a bank in California affects me in Charlotte, North Carolina.
So you saying Trey Songz gonna be the next R. Kelly?
No, I hope not. I mean Trey Songz is a stand-up dude. I don't think he got no inclinations towards pedophilia.
I just said that because everybody thought he was gonna be the next R. Kelly musically. As far as being able to create music.
Yeah, I think that ship is sailed. I do like Trey Songz though. I like some of his songs. Yeah. I do not want to listen to him live. But his studio albums is straight. But I mean, you get what I'm saying though. Somebody robbed a bank in California. Now
everything is interconnected, but these people shouldn't be so integrated in this celebrity stuff that it really hits home like that. Like, you should be concentrating on your own life and getting your own shit together and making your city better and your community better rather than concentrating on these adults. Like, I mean, not these adults, but concentrating on these celebrities. Like, if you can't be complaining about your community, but then you spend all your time wondering and following these celebrities and all these things, and you can tell me everything that this. If you can tell me a celebrity's favorite color, you need help. Like, why do you know that?